And thank you very much. Any questions out there? Please. Yeah. Yeah.
And the story behind it is that again a couple of ago there was this event at my university, personal training university in Korea, and career day, and I had a German booth, and one of the sponsors of my booth was Schenker. And I know you are present in Saudi Arabia. You have offices in Jeddah.
Yeah.
And my question is now, when are you going to expand and open offices in Riyadh? That's the first question, because this was what I was told, like, some time ago. And actually, my students, I know a lot of students would love to work for you. There's such a the reputation of German companies is very high. Yeah. So this is the first question. I can assure you that there's a lot of interest, and there's a lot of people who like to work for you. The second question relates to this last part of the presentation when you talk about the green issues. And knowing what I found out about Saudi Arabia so far, I see that the green issues are not exactly the priority right now. How do you go about this in this part of the world? Knowing that the infrastructure looks the way it does, and that mostly it is land, freight, and there's no other transport than cars, and then they do not place such great importance on green issues. Yes, thank you.
To answer your first question, if you give me your card, I will pass it on to. Because we have, as you said, we have an organization there. We had a head office for Near and Middle East, and this is I think in Dubai. Yeah, I will give it, and I will. Yeah, and I will give you the contact persons there. Yeah, and because they are in charge of employment directly. Yeah. The second question is the different thinking about green logistics. Yeah? I think in Europe or North America, or even in Asia, like in the big towns like Shanghai in China or whatever, we need to rethink because we don't have any space anymore. Okay? And we produce a huge amount of emission just by driving. This is not so dramatic in the near Middle East countries because maybe of the climate, yeah. But by the end of the day, and I know the people from Emirates very well. Yeah. Emirates investing in new aircrafts, very extreme. So they also go for this way. I think it's just they don't say it officially as a priority, but they do it by the end of the day. The thinking is there, they do it by the end of the day. The word isn't there, yeah, but and they do it, but they don't have it in the newspaper like we have. Yeah. I think maybe it's better there.
Because the strict regulations are not there yet.
Yeah, it's maybe better there because we do everything discussed via our newspapers. This makes things in Europe and especially in Austria very difficult. You cannot discuss proper logistics or transport issues without the newspapers. They come with headlines, which is not good for the discussions. Yeah. And I think this is a little bit different. But as I said, Emirates investing, and I think all the other airliners from Far East, from your region, they invest a lot in green logistics. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Any further questions?
Thank you for your really nice presentation. I have one question in regards to the green logistics. In particular because I feel that the demand of the industry in terms of the production costs, and I would like to use one particular example that might have not that much to do with Europe but with the United States. I'm just taking the example of one product like a sofa, where the wooden frame is being designed in the United States. The wood frame is being produced in China. And the wood frame comes in pieces to the United States. Then they're built in the United States the upholstery, then they send all the upholstery over to China to get to put the fabrics on. Then they take all the stuff and bring it back to the United States, then they assemble the sofa in the United States, and then they take the finished product, the sofa, back to China, because they say that at that point, because they are also producing for the Chinese emerging people who have the money to purchase a sofa. Certainly, in particular, it is that the outsourcing, because I think it would be very nice if you can produce at the country where you can really, where it is being used. But I think the industry demands are very different to this highly idealistic point of view in terms of production, as far as I'm concerned. I find it absurd that a sofa travels the entire oceans 3 times.
3 times, yeah.
In order, until it is being produced.
That's exactly what I said.
And it would be still cheaper than if it would be produced entirely in the US or entirely in China.
I know maybe some colleagues from my industry will kill me, yeah? But I think that's exactly the stupid transport I call so. Yeah? Because I think if you really calculate each and everything, it's not cheaper than to produce it in the US. The only thing is, what the industry is using is the imbalance of the goods flow. Yeah. I can't tell you figures before the crisis. Yeah. It was cheaper to bring a 40-feet container from Hamburg to Japan as to bring a 40-feet container from Graz to Vienna, which is 200 kilometers. Yeah. Because the container didn't cost on freight nothing. The carriers just take it because they have to move the containers back, because we import each and everything from Asia. So there was a big demand of empty containers in Asia. Yeah? And to bring it back to Asia, they took each and everything for nothing, just to have the handling costs involved, which is in total maybe 300 euros. This is absolute crazy. It changed a little bit now, but still.
Well, I do. Hello? Yeah. Just one other thing, in regards to you talked about the CO2 footprint.
Yes.
In the moment that they would tax, probably, and that is now going into your direction, in the moment that they would tax the CO2 footprint of the CO2 emissions on all the transport, that the transport cost would increase to that extent that the production and the outsourcing might not be as feasible anymore, then maybe we could find maybe a feasible solution to start producing the product where they are eaten.
Very honestly, if we increase the transport costs, I would be very happy. Yeah? Because if I get 10% from €1, is less than if I get 10% from €10. Yeah? And if I just transport half of it, I earn more. This is very honestly. And I think transport in some kinds of industries are too cheap. Transportation is too cheap. If you look at a figure in Europe or in Austria, Germany, a kilometer cost for a truck is about 90 cents, which you get from a customer. Depends, 85, 90, 95, whatever. Yeah. A private person, if he uses his car for driving for a company, he's allowed to get some official fee, which is about 45 cents. Yeah. But you have an investment of 200,000–300,000 euros of the truck. You have a high value on the truck. You have a person you have to pay on the truck. Yeah. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But also with us. That way, if it is fair to buy a T-shirt at €5, because it has to be produced, there is raw material involved. It has only to do that you don't pay people in Bangladesh or wherever nothing. It's not fair to give them only €80 or €100 a month.